Shane Gillis is going to be on SNL. That'll be great.
I'm hyped, man. What a comeback.
You hype about that?
Did that kill cancel culture forever?
They canceled him. They tried. He back. For
those that don't know, Shane Gillis was hired onto SNL, and then they dug up his tweets. And from years and years and years ago, he made a few Asian jokes. I actually don't know exactly what they are. So
I know it.
They were super offensive. I'm not here to debate that.
Wasn't even a tweet. It was on his podcast.
On his podcast, okay.
He's talking about Chinatown.
What did he say?
A lot of chinks running around Chinatown. Some shit like that. In passing. In character of like a thing that he does on his podcast. If you know Shane, you would get it.
So
they dug that up in the middle of Stop Asian Hate. As soon as he got announced, threw him to the wolves. Got him out of here.
Of course.
Timing was not on his side there.
Yeah.
So years passed. Shane Gillis obviously now is one of the biggest stand-up comedians, period. And is now hosting SNL, the company that fired him and canceled him. Does this officially
cancel culture is not real. We say it all the time. It's not real.
And not only that.
And I hate repeating it, but this time, can we officially say that it's like not?
Well, the only person against that's ever been successfully canceled is Chrisette Michele.
Fair.
Yo, they canceled her. She sang for President Trump and nobody fucked with her after that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think
insane.
The baby too, though.
Nah, he back.
No, I just liked his PSA freestyle from yesterday.
Yeah. He back. The baby's back.
Shane also got a partnership with Bud Light, which is funny because this is Bud Light's major rebrand pivot since the Dylan Mulvaney scare. So it's funny. It's a good move. It's a perfect move. He's the perfect candidate.
If you're Shane Gillis, do you walk out to do the monologue and start with the Asian joke that got you fired?
Yeah, 100%. I would.
I feel like you have to.
He'll be on. I think he's going to be like on his Norm Macdonald shit when Norm Macdonald did the monologue and pretty much gave the whole building a fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Shane does.
Well, I hope he pulls the move that Chappelle pulled with the last one, which is the only monologue SNL has ever taken down. You know, because he was talking about them. He did a completely different monologue during dress rehearsals,
mm-hmm.
and then went out for the real live taping and did, you know, whoever they are.
Yeah,
did that one.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if Shane did that. Give him something different on the dress rehearsal and then come out with the same Asian joke.
I like that.
And I hope he's not only I hope they let him. I don't know how involved he wants to be with this, but I hope he gets the opportunity to write some sketches. I'm so as a fan of him.
Oh, he's great.
It would be his. If you're not familiar, Gillian Keeves is this sketch show that he created with his great friend and writing partner that blew up on YouTube. All their videos have over millions of views. It's so funny. I really want him to write sketches for this one. It would be awesome.
Can I play the other side of someone that agrees sometimes cancel culture should exist? Not in this situation, but what does that say about SNL now? Now that Stop Asian Hate is not trendy, it's okay to have him on?
Yeah.
Because, listen, man.
But how does that make you look as SNL? I'm glad they had him on. He deserves to be on. Especially at that time, I know Asians are being attacked. I'm not going to tell anyone how to feel about a joke. But to fire him, you're not going to stand on your square. Now that he has the biggest Netflix stand-up right now, amongst the youth, he is the biggest stand-up comedian. Now you have him on after you fired him for making jokes on a joke platform. I'm not mad at people being offended by a certain joke or a statement and saying, yo, I can't fuck with that person. I can respect that to some degree. But just stand on your square. Don't all of a sudden now not be offended and bring Shane Gillis back.
Canceling somebody.
If you're going to be offended, I can respect you if you stay offended forever.
Canceling
so
somebody
Lauren
over
Michaels,
a joke is stupid.
Stand on your square or don't.
No. Canceling somebody over a joke is stupid.
Agreed. But if someone wants to go all that way and stay that way, that's how they feel, I can't say much. Don't now when times have passed.
Yeah, but that's why
stand on your square. That's all.
If it's a joke, and jokes are usually made out of some of the darkest situations, you try to find some light, some humor. That's just what comedy is. It's been that way forever.
Be consistent with your outrage all the way through.
So you're saying that comedians
love Asians all the way through.
Comedians should have free reign to be racist just because they're comedians?
Not racist, no. I'm not saying you have free range to be racist, but if you want to make a racist joke, if a comedian wants to make a joke at some racist shit that's happening and have fun with it, it's a joke. Laugh.
But you can make a racist, like, I'm not even against racist jokes. You can make a racist joke without using a slur. right? So there's plenty of people, for example, everybody knows the N-word is off limits. Comedians have been doing funny bits about stereotypic Black people shit. It may be distasteful, whatever, but they don't get canceled because they don't use the N-word. So you can, some of them do, but plenty of them don't. So you can make a joke about Asian people without using an Asian slur. I don't
Yeah, but I mean...
And it wasn't even funny. It wasn't even a good setup. You just said a slur and you happen to be a comedian.
You can make an Asian joke without using the slur. You can. But if you do use a slur, like you're canceled, like, come on.
There's no line for comedians. There should be no line.
It's a different thing when you talking about comedy and making a joke and laughing. Like, it's just a certain things are allowed under the guise of, yo, this is comedy. Like, if you go to a comedy show and you're offended, guess what? You probably shouldn't be at a comedy show.
Yeah, but it wasn't a comedy show. He was just talking to somebody on a podcast. So just because he happens to be a comedian.
He's a comedian. This is what he's going to push the line. He's going to say some things that are offensive, but you understand, like, yo, he's not a politician. He's not a doctor. He's a fucking comedian. Like, laugh. Like, you get, okay, I get it. He's a comedian. Maybe insensitive, maybe wasn't funny, but it's like, he's canceled now? Cancel some of these niggas that's accused of rape that's still out here performing and doing parties and shit.
No, agree. But I think that, listen, like I said, I'm not really big on cancel culture, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with being held. I think that there should be a line. For example, we say plenty of shit. This could be considered a comedy podcast. We say plenty of shit on here, but you know what we do? We bleep shit out when we know we've gone too far.
I never want to bleep. I'm just going to put that out there.
No one's surprised. But we bleep shit out when we know that we've gone too far. That's all it takes, a 2-second bleep.
Comedy style.
Just out of respect for the demographic, like out of respect for the people who are listening to you. It wasn't like it was an incredibly set up joke. That's the thing when it comes to like, oh, I'm a comedian. It wasn't a set up joke. There was no punchline. You just said some ignorant shit. It wasn't meant to be a joke, but because you're a comedian, it's funny.
Yeah, but also, I'm not defending the ignorant shit, but also, if he would have said some like real malice, hateful shit towards Asian people.
Agreed.
I'm not saying that is a slur for Chinese people. I'm not defending that, but just saying that in passing is a mistake. If he said some real hateful shit with it, I could see it. And also Patrice O'Neal was the best one when it came to defending all comedians. Even if you don't find it funny, and even if the joke stinks, every comedian's intent was to be funny, not hateful. It came from a place of an attempt to be funny. You could say that it missed the mark, and we could all say it's a shitty joke. His attempt
to cancel
was
somebody
only
for
do that.
The only time it wasn't an attempt was when Kramer went on that rant. That wasn't him trying to be funny. That was him just being a racist.
Exactly.
And for that,
you know the difference. You know the difference.
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah, you know the difference.
Honestly, most people in the world, are bigots and have their own form of racist. Like, let's all just be honest here about what the fuck is said at dinner tables. I'm not talking about you liberal white people who are just like, oh my God, I can't believe. And we all know that some people say shit around their families that they would never say in person or to other people or on a mic. The difference is if you have a platform, there are just certain things that you should and shouldn't say.
Yeah.
No, Rory and